We never argued about anything. We always saw eye to eye on things. So we were always just really happy and thought it was just the perfect match.
Rebecca and Robert had both been married before, but this time around, they knew they'd found lasting love.
I liked that she was independent. I really had a lot of respect for the fact that she was raising 2 girls on her own. That really drew me. When we first met, I had told her that she was my angel.
Then, 5 years into the marriage, they started growing apart. They now had 3 children, and their responsibilities at work and home had become more demanding.
I had noticed that there was definitely something missing in our relationship, and I felt like there was something that was keeping us apart. That was something going on that just wasn't right. And so I had chose to ignore it.
As it turned out, Robert had started an affair with a female coworker. Rebecca found out when she discovered some texts on his phone.
When we were first courting, on those long conversations that we had, a lot of things that he had said to me, he was telling this other person. So my heart was just broken.
Robert had already ended the affair after 4 months, but the damage was done.
I was ashamed. I was hurt because I saw how hurt I had made her. There were several times that I had tried to build the courage up just to tell her. And I never wanted to be divorced. I never wanted to leave my family.
Rebecca had recently become a Christian. Unsure of what to do next, she went to a Christian counselor.
She said, "This is your choice. You have a choice, whether to walk away or to stay and fight for your marriage." I knew right then I need to stay and fight.
The couple started marriage counseling and felt they were making progress. Then, Robert suffered a heart attack. Over the next several years, his health steadily declined, and he became dependent on his wife's care.
At this point is when it really started coming out that I had not truly forgiven him, because I wasn't being the loving wife that I should. And I think that was still in the back of my mind of what he did for me. Like, he didn't deserve the loving care that I was supposed to as a wife.
After 6 years, Robert was diagnosed with kidney failure. He asked Rebecca to get tested to be a donor match.
I kind of laughed, no. I'm like, why get me involved? This has nothing to do with me. This is my stuff. I'm all good. And how in the world am I going to care for you if I'm down? This is mine. I'm not sharing.
But as the months went by with no match for Robert, she realized what she needed to do.
Not forgiving him was stopping me from showing him true love, the way that God intends for us to. I was asking God to give me a heart for my husband, to help me love him the way that he desired me to love him, so that my actions would show and my words would show that where my heart was.
Rebecca finally agreed to get tested.
God just really just convicted me, and he just be tested and trust the outcome. So a few weeks later, I get a phone call from the person in charge of my case. She goes, "Not only is it a match, but when we put your 2 blood types together, usually one will try to dominate the other." But she goes, "The 2 of your blood just sat there just so harmoniously."
The operation was a success, and Robert was soon restored to full health. Compelled by Rebecca's forgiveness, he also rededicated his life to Jesus Christ.
I wanted to pursue God passionately, that I wanted to become a man of integrity.
I forgave him, and I felt it in my heart. I really meant it sincerely, deep within me.
With all the dark things that happened in my life, that was the shining light for me. That forgiveness, it's like taking weight off your shoulder, and then it opened my heart.
Rebecca says when she truly forgave her husband, they both received the healing they desperately needed.
He restored our marriage at the same time that he was restoring my husband. Yes, it was kind of the beginning of the new. You know, it's like he took us through a valley, but where we ended up is just beautiful.
Today, Robert is a chaplain for law enforcement, and the couple say with God at the center of their lives, their marriage is stronger than ever.
Now our marriage is so much deeper. It's a deeper kind of love and respect. Back then, the old time, there wasn't a lot of hope because we were living in the moment. Now we're living in the moment, but we're also looking forward to what God's got in store for us. And it's going to be awesome.